Say hi, Harley. Say hi. We get a lot of demand for Harley, so we thought we was going to get her some cameras on. Harley. Shit. You going to cooperate? Oh, she's going to get behind me. Oh, well.
She don't want to be on camera.
Sorry, y'all. She had a brief appearance, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, how you doing? Lisa, I know something I bet you didn't know I knew. You had Thanksgiving yesterday, didn't you?
It's awful early.
Right? That's how they do it in Canada.
Oh, in Canada.
Lisa's from Canada.
They have it in October?
They had it yesterday. I thought I always, and I feel like a dummy for admitting this, but honestly, I always assumed the United States that was a special thing to just them, because I thought we celebrated because of the thing with the Pilgrims and the Indians and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what
they celebrate because it was Columbus Day, probably something to do with that yesterday.
Why would Canada celebrate Columbus?
Well, that's what yesterday was for United States, Columbus Day. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Yesterday wasn't, was? I thought that was last week.
No, yesterday.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Canadians like to space out our turkey dinners. Now, lots of time to make room for Christmas.
That's probably how I would rather have it.
Yeah, that would be nicer because it's
one right on top of the other.
Yeah. Got to see the outside of the fam twice in a month.
Yeah.
That we all love.
Mm-hmm.
My text just disappeared. Hello, everyone. Hi, Susan. I don't know. I don't even think we have a mod in here, do we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bob's.
Okay, so I can't see them. Yeah,
I think it said that you retracted your or your what is it?
Message.
There we go. I can't think. That's what it says on here. It says you retracted it. I'm always messing up and hitting stuff, so I do it all the time.
Yeah, if somebody disappears, Brandy has been known to accidentally
hit somebody. Block them sometimes. I unblock you, but I've done it on accident.
Remember that? I think you did it to one person twice somehow. And it really was honestly an accident, wasn't it? Hi, Suzette.
I don't watch my phone, and I'll sit there, have my fingers on it, and sitting there blocking people or erasing their messages.
Right. We never did figure out. I still think. I'm not gonna say
what.
Man, I thought there was some like really sizzling stuff in the Kohberger case till we figured out it's not verified. Y'all follow that, any of y'all? I'm sure you do.
I do.
Brandy does. Right? About there was text messages sent between do you know their names?
The roommates. Yeah,
the
Dylan and what's the other one? Dylan and I know her name. I have to think about it. I know one of them's Dylan.
See, I was testing your knowledge after you was like, yeah, I know it. Oh, I can almost think of her name because I didn't know Dylan. I knew the other one, it seemed like. Anyway, they were saying there were text messages between the surviving roommates, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the source is a guy that, how does he know it? He knows the family or something.
Yeah.
of one of the victims, so it's not exactly 100% the way I understand it. Right?
Yeah. Michelle After Dark had a video about it, but she also said it had, she heard it. It's nothing that came out in the news or anything.
Oh, that's just creepy stuff, ain't it? Coco Pop, Misty D Dawn, Vibes, Julie, where you from? How y'all doing?
Good.
How you, Brandy? Good?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I don't know, man. When is the when does that trial start?
It was supposed to be in October, and they pushed it forward. I'm not for sure. I had to look it up when they rescheduled it.
He
needed more time to prepare.
That's if that's though turns out to just be total BS, you would think that source is going to be, or that one guy who come out with that is going to be pretty discredited for the rest of his career, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. See, the family of Kaylee was saying a lot before they weren't able to speak anymore. Once they had the gag order, they couldn't, talk to the media or anything, but they did, put out there some stuff.
Oh, Danny C says Michelle's latest post says it's not true at all.
Oh, okay. See, we didn't know.
Yeah.
She said she didn't know either, but I guess now she's saying it's not true. See how stuff online, people pick it up so fast and put it out there as true? We didn't. I'm just saying people probably did, and people start believing that.
Yeah, that's why I introduced it as, that we were suspicious of, I don't like anything without a good source. You just can't believe anything you hear.
Now they're saying it's in 2024. Sometimes it doesn't really have a date of when his trial will be. It just says 2024 when I looked it up. So still a little bit. The whole thing just don't make a lot of sense to me, and why there's not a lot more evidence. If somebody killed 4 people, the amount of blood and stuff in that house, and no evidence outside that house, tracks or anything, it don't make a lot of sense to me.
Well, here we go. John and Brandy, any thoughts on Maddie McCann or JonBenet Ramsey? 2 very cold cases that still fascinate me. I don't know Maddie McCann the greatest. I know the basics of how she went missing and all that. I'm not into a lot of the rabbit holes they went down on it. I know JonBenet better. What do you think happened in JonBenet?
Oh, I probably can't say it on here. Really?
Can't say who you think it was?
Well, yeah. I think it was the dad, in my opinion.
I'm still undecided on it. I don't know, man. I don't know.
In my opinion, that's who I think it is.
On the Maddie McCann, I think it was definitely not anybody in the family, right? I don't think it was the parents.
I don't think. Yeah, I think maybe somebody was watching her.
I'm thinking families involved in both.
Yeah.
The thing that always bothered me about the JonBenet thing was the notepad that the note was written on come from the house.
Yeah.
So
it's something in the house.
That always bothered me because I just cannot see somebody breaking in, doing that, and writing the ransom note while they're there.
And everybody in law enforcement had connections to the family. I think a lot of they might have paid them some money just to look a different way, in my opinion.
Harley, chill out. The kitty's up here, and Harley is not liking that.
And the Maddie McCann, it wouldn't surprise me the parents were involved in that too. Who knows?
She's staring at the cat, y'all. You see her?
No, Coco's in here too.
Oh, both of them. Nobody's ever seen Coco. She's our
feral cat.
Feral cat.
Come here, she's not really feral, but she stays outside.
Come here.
She only comes in every couple days to eat. She's a black cat. A good cat for October.
Ain't she pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Not a bit of white on her. Is there?
You made a mistake, and that's what we learned.
And it's weird. It's like Harley's cool with her, ain't she? But Maui, Meowlin Monroe, that's her full name. Our other cat, Maui, her name's Meowlin Monroe. This is Hot Cocoa Bang Bang, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the other roommate was Bethany. Now I think about it. I remember because that's my sister's name, my oldest sister. I should have known that.
Bethany?
Mm-hmm. Dylan and Bethany.
Oh, yeah. Mike says, I just realized something I had missed about the summer case. Share with us. We're all ears. Talk about whatever y'all want. Ain't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Ransom note demanded the exact amount as the father's bonus check about the mother would have known about. Yeah, that was weird too. But
how would a random person know that came into that house? You know, that don't make sense.
But see, I always thought that kind of looked like that pointed away from them because that looks too damn obvious that they would do that. You know?
But how would somebody else, if they're saying had nothing to do, would know that?
I know. It's wild. This is my new favorite channel. Oh, thank you, Lake Superior Girl.
Thank you. See, I think a lot of people look outside. You know, half the time I think it's right there in your face who did it. You know?
Yeah.
In most cases, it's in your face.
I have a black cat. 2 of them. They are the best.
Yeah. They make good cats. In the Summers case, I think whoever did it is in her face. Somebody, you know?
Yeah.
Or somebody we've talked about before, probably. What do you think? Well, it could have been a random stranger, but I don't know. Probably somebody that knows the family.
I think it could very well be somebody we've never talked about for sure.
But probably the family knows.
Leslie Earhart said, no one wants answers more than we do. This was from the second presser.
And maybe they are working around behind the scenes. It would be nice if they were putting a lot of time into it. But
well, I know that they've got to be getting tons of pressure over it still. Because there is still a lot of publicity for summer. I talk about it a lot with Brandy, how it's amazing the amount of community there is that still every day are wanting answers for what happened to her.
Yeah. Handwritten expert says Patsy's handwriting, plus they found where there were practice notes and was written in Patsy's notebook.
That was a long note. Well, see.
I think I heard something about that too.
I don't know how they got past the grand jury. I really don't.
They paid people off, in my opinion.
I never knew Patsy's handwriting was matched up. Funny how some cases solve so fast, but others take forever. Yeah, and I tell y'all the one me and Brandy are blown away by is the Springfield 3. That one's old. Still hasn't been solved, and I have a bad feeling it's not going to be.
No evidence hardly at all. That's the weird thing about it. Y'all should check it out. It's weird.
Y'all got to check it out. For the people, I'm sure a lot of people that like true crime have heard about it, but it's 2 18-year-olds basically, and the mother of one of them.
Yeah,
all
like
females.
2 best friends that just graduated. from high school.
Yeah. Two best friends just graduated high school. The night of graduation, they go to one friend's house where it's her mother there. The three of them never seen again.
Well, they went back. Oh, yeah. They're all at one house. And that's where they were missing from. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to go into every detail? I was just kind of giving them the overhead. Three women at one house. Two of them were the daughters. They went to one of the mother's houses. There's three of them there. Three women. Their pocketbooks are lined up together at the house for some reason, like all three of them in a row. And that's weird because that makes me think somebody was robbing them because they didn't all come to the house at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they just left their purses there.
The mom had been there all evening, from what I understand, refinishing a piece of furniture.
But I don't think they took anything out of the purses. I'm pretty sure. Nothing was gone. The light was missing outside. It was broken. I do remember that.
Yeah, and somebody there swept it up.
The only clue was like somebody in the neighborhood had seen a van with a woman crying. It looked like them is the only clue.
See, everybody knows it. So when he says and their friends clean the house, yes.
And erase the answering machine. There's some nasty messages on it.
You know, I hate that for that woman because I feel bad for her, but man, she screwed up by doing that. You know, one of them's the mother of the girl that didn't live there came in looking, you know, because the next day, still no word from nobody. It was like, wasn't it like the next evening they rang the alarm? Because they had supposed to went to a water park the next morning.
Right.
And after they seen that, you know, nobody had seen them, the mom was looking for her daughter that was there the night before. And that's
that happened in another case. This Summer and Joey and the two boys. What were their last names? The ones that were found out in the desert. The mom.
Mixed days.
Yeah. Their family had cleaned the crime scene too, trying to help out. But they finally solved that. I didn't think they would, but they finally did.
That's so wild to me, though, to think you would go in and clean somebody else's house when they're missing. Why you would do that? I
don't see how he didn't get caught earlier either. Have y'all heard of the McStay case? It's kind of interesting, too.
Yes, that Springfield 3 case was crazy. I just watched a documentary about it. Yep, green van. Yeah, they got the green van. The story is one of the girls was seen driving it, and there was somebody in the back, a male voice that said, what did it say? Just pull out.
Mm-hmm. It's weird because there's nothing, hardly nothing. No clues, nothing. Well, they did get a clue that they were buried under a parking lot, and they dug it up or did sonar.
No, they've never done nothing.
Yeah, they've
never checked it.
They did sonar.
Yeah, and they found 3 cavities to where it could be bodies, and they won't let them dig it up.
Yeah, I'm just saying they did sonar.
I don't see why you can't drill a hole and take a sample or something.
I have to have more proof of it. I don't know. Not my fault.
You could drill a damn hole. That's not that. It wouldn't affect the structure. I can't believe they actually. But the thing about that is, though, they said that happened a year later that construction was done. Or how did that work?
Yeah, it didn't line up good.
It didn't line up right. Something about the construction. I just can't imagine that any murder can be done and never solved. Like, how do these people not leave any clues behind?
Like the Summer thing. I can't believe there's no clues with it. I'm sure there's clues with it.
There's a difference between their clues and evidence that can't be released. We don't know that there's no clues with Summer, and a lot of murder there are some clues. It's just a
lot of time law enforcement messes it up, or they're not trained or don't have the intelligence to do a job they do, I think, a lot of times, and they don't get all the evidence. And then once that happens, you can't go back. So some cases they don't think it's big as what it is, and don't send in the right people. I think that happens sometimes. And you can't do a redo on that.
I think Dawn and Candace were arguing last weekend about going on lives.
Probably.
Yeah, I think Dawn and Candace are going to start doing their own stuff.
I think they get jealous of each other very fast.
Like I can see 100 years ago, but with science and technology today. Well, the thing about today is it's going to get harder and harder to get away with shit because of cameras. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, and the DNA, how advanced.
Yeah.
And cameras, yeah.
And see, the thing with Summer's disappearance, and I can't 100%, give the cops blame for this. I think everybody honestly believed it was a case of she had wandered off in the woods to begin with.
Probably.
Because nobody was thinking, that they wasn't going to be able to find her with, the timeline that they were given. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But they should have, I think, treated it. Maybe they'll do something in the future where they treat like anything like that as a crime.
Yeah, I know that I've heard about legislation being worked on to where they're trying to pass like a certain response that happens when a child is reported missing to where it's treated more serious, I think. I'm recovering from my hip replacement. It went very well. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Brenda. I knew we knew I had forgotten that it you had it. I was thinking it was still off for a while.
I'm glad.
I'm glad to hear that.
My mom had both her knees replaced. She said it wasn't too bad. Hip, I don't know. Ooh, I don't think that'd be painful. Your hip.
Candace is jealous when Dawn goes on Cher's channel. Yeah.
Yeah. Her and Daisy talk. I've heard Daisy say something to Candace about it on her channel.
I believe TBI has closed circuit television of Summer in Kingsport and the 911 locations.
Yeah, they might. They probably do have more than what we think because there's cameras everywhere.
See, I always thought that maybe that was
some of it.
Yeah.
She admitted it when I confronted her a few days ago. Holly had said that. I wonder what she thought of me. Let's go up here.
Coco, you are purring loud, ain't you, girl? Can y'all hear that? Listen. Is the mic picking it up?
I don't know. I don't have it on. Where am I?
I still think one of the boys could have called 911.
Maybe.
It's a possibility. I don't get why the 911 call. I wonder if. I'm guessing you can't use the Freedom Information Act to hear a 911 call recording, can you?
I think they have a lot of evidence, but waiting for Summer to be found, one way or another, maybe, or maybe they just don't have enough evidence to, convict somebody or arrest them. Hey, John Brady. Hey, Unsolved with Barb.
Unsolved with Barb. Joyce Connor. How you doing? Where you from? How you doing?
Clues or evidence may have been missed or tampered with on accident, with people not respecting or being aware of the crime scene. That's the thing in Summer's case. Even if they went back to collect evidence where everybody was searching for and stuff, all that stuff got tampered with, So that's what I'm saying. Maybe not on purpose, but a lot of times stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. And I think I tell you what, though, with Dawn saying they still haven't give the TV, what else did he say? A tablet.
Yeah, back.
Yeah, there was the TV, tablets and something else he says TBI's never gave back. Makes me think if that ain't called evidence at this point.
And then the Idaho 4 case, the roommates, I know they were probably walking around and stuff. They probably messed up some of the evidence there too.
Yeah, Burnt Dirt, you got a great point. She says, they say they won't release the calls while it's an ongoing investigation, but I have seen other law enforcement release calls prior.
It'd be nice. I'll have to listen to it.
It's not like a rule they can't do it. You know, it's at their discretion for whatever reason, you know.
Yeah, and Dawn and Candace can give their permission to be to have them released. I wonder if they did, if it's up to them, or it would probably be TBI.
I would say it's TBI.
That would have the final say.
Have the final say, definitely.
I'm hoping there's some movement on Michael's case too. One day we'll wake up and, you know, have some people in jail for that, arrested. Monkeys.
I tell you, that still burns my ass when we talk about his case. And the fact that they couldn't drag them two dudes back for questioning.
Yeah.
I hate the way the judicial system works on some things. It's stuff like that is just nonsense. It makes no sense why you can't do that.
Hey, Joyce. Call me. Say hi, Joyce.
Hi, Joyce. Didn't JSB have CCTV cameras? I don't think so. I think she had trail cams. Didn't she?
Yeah. I heard talk about those. I wish she had cameras. That would have been nice. Or, you know, some people in that area, which they might have some camera footage in that area we might not know about. Nowadays, even out in the country, people have cameras, you know. A lot of people have them now.
Why did Candace call Robin when Summer disappeared instead of Robin or Candace calling the pastor of the church so he could initiate the crisis response team?
Yeah, that's a good point. I have no idea.
I don't know. I didn't realize there was such thing.
I didn't either from the church. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because when your child's missing, I wouldn't be worrying about calling the church. I just try to get help.
And you know, if we're all being honest,
that is weird.
It's weird that they called Robin because I just cannot see them as being that tight. You know.
No.
And in that situation, I wouldn't be thinking about calling a stranger. I'd be calling somebody. Well, I mean, there was Candace, Dawn, and Grandis there. You got 3 adults. I don't know that I'd be calling anybody, to be honest. I'd be more interested in
looking for
working them. Yeah, there you go. It don't make. I don't know, man. I can't explain the thinking behind a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, me either. I hope.
I get Dawn's pretty religious, but to have Robin and then Dave and I don't know. I don't know.
It's just weird. If your child went missing, you wouldn't be thinking about calling everybody in the church to come help. Maybe after police and stuff is there looking for a while, maybe to comfort you, but not right away.
You know, I have to say, I don't think I could ever put myself in their shoes. But if I could put myself in Dawn's shoes, I have my mother-in-law, my wife. I don't think I need nobody else.
Yeah.
I'd be wanting to spend all my efforts and my time and my energy coordinating with police about what we're doing to search and that kind of shit. I wouldn't have time to be bullshitting with no Robin nor Dave.
That has nothing to do with the situation.
They'd be useless to me, except I'd be like, y'all stay out of the damn cop's way. We're trying to find my daughter.
The church has a program. They practice drills on missing kids. What?
Yeah, I've heard
that too. That's weird, huh?
You know, me and Brandy's talked about this before, but maybe not all you heard it. Locally, it wasn't that long ago, we had a woman take a little boy out of a church.
Yes, we did. Not very far, probably like 10, 15 minutes from here.
Yeah. And luckily they got him back, but
She had shaved his head, and I don't know. I know she tried to change his looks and stuff, but they finally tracked him down.
Better yet, why did she spend time calling Allie her daughter and then Hunter? For what? I mean,
getting all these people involved.
And that was that evening too. I could see the next day maybe.
Yeah.
But that evening, it's so that just I don't know.
It's
like
fishy.
I said, I cannot put myself in that position, but that's another thing that just doesn't really make sense to me.
Mm-mm.
Is it true that the church was doing adoptions? It is true that the SDA church has a lot of involvement in adoptions. There is
they have a site,
a website.
Yeah.
And it is really it's really weird. I've looked through it. It's the website is for adoption overall. It has all kinds of stuff. It's like if you're a woman and you're thinking about abortion or possibly adoption, it's got, contact them, resources, and they'll help you and they'll help line you up with a potential adopted parents. It's got actual pictures of the kids on this site and shows their faces and has their first name on it.
Yeah.
And their age.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I would have never guessed something like that existed. And it's online. It's got, say you're wanting to adopt a child, resources to go through them. All kinds, everything to do with adoption. There's a website and the SDA church is involved with it.
I wonder if law enforcement and they track the adoptions and stuff just to see if it's legit and where these kids are going to.
I don't know, man, but there's even pricing on it.
What?
Not exact pricing, but it generalizes like what an average one costs depending on they can do out of country adoptions, all kinds of shit. It looked like the cheapest one was about $40,000.
That's crazy. That's the way they can make money, probably. No, I hate to say that, but that's weird. As a church, you would be wanting to find a kid at home.
I would never think there's a website
for profit.
I even went on there myself and I thought, I'm almost half tempted to make a profile and just see what they do because it is so weird.
Yeah.
When I seen the pricing though, that really shocked me. Now, like I said, it wasn't exact pricing, but it was telling you ranges. And it seemed like the more expensive ones would be $60,000. And this is the part that shocked me the most. What I found out of all the whole website, there was talk of payment to the mothers that were going to give their kids up, like while they're pregnant and stuff, paying for their housing and some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow.
That's normally what some of the adoptions do. If it's like an open adoption, they'll give money to the mom and stuff. But that's weird having it all on one website.
All on one website. You could do any of that. You could become a mother. You could ask for a kid. You could get rid of a kid. I mean, I don't know. It just seemed, weird. I never would have thought a church would be that involved in the adoption process and game and all that.
I hope somebody's tracking these kids and where they're going with the issue we have nowadays.
You would think there'd have to be some kind of checks and balances for that to be a thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, legal stuff they would have to check before somebody got a child, have studies and stuff. Remember, we seen the two gay men that adopted that boy and what they did to him. It was awful.
Yeah.
And they passed everything.
Yeah, they made it through adoption regulations and all that and got them. I thought it was creepy when Summer would wander around the church during the service. I didn't think it was creepy. I thought it made me feel uncomfortable because I've never seen kids in church run around like that during service. You know,
You would flip out. I'd flip out.
oh,
But
like we've always said, you know, our granny or our mom would have had us in the back of the church busting us on the butt.
That's what I always did when one of the kids would act up in church. I'd take them out of the church, you know, outside or somewhere else. I wouldn't have them interrupting the whole, you know, church service, would you? That's embarrassing. Why would you do that? Here Summer is running around. Which she didn't know no better. She was never taught any better.
No, I put 0% of that on her.
Yeah.
0%, you know.
I didn't see any other kids running around like that.
Well, see, that's one of the defenses I hear from that all the time. Well, there's other kids doing it. Well,
and their parents don't like looking at after them too good either.
I just felt uneasy, especially like watching her when Robin would be up there trying to talk and sing. And, you know, as her parent, I would have been like, oh my goodness, let me get, you know.
Uh-huh. Hi, Jesse. Jesse made it.
Hi, Jesse. I messaged you. Sorry for the short notice.
Brenda said that Candace tried to call Robin like 5 times and she ignored the call. The first couple times she called her. And she finally answered.
I heard that too. She was at a recital or something, right?
Yeah.
Is that the way that goes?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. That to me, that just, I don't know. I still don't get that, and I probably never will, you know.
I don't think Robin liked Candace. Probably not how she parented. I wouldn't like that either. You try to be nice to people, but, you know, her parenting skills weren't the best.
Her supervision skills weren't, that's for sure.
And how those kids came to church, like Summer, how they bring her to church, what she would look like. I always thought, my mom always taught me you should look your best going to church.
So, well, I mean, that's why it's always called you wear your Sunday's best, because back in the day, my dad told me he had two outfits. The stuff he wore all week and the stuff he wore to church on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And that what he wore on Sunday didn't get worn except on Sunday.
Yeah. But my mom wouldn't even let us wear pants. We had to wear dresses, skirts. So.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's a part of, I don't know the SDA rules, but some churches require you to wear a dress, don't they?
Yeah.
So. Or not a dress, but you got to have, I don't even think you can wear
No, you can't wear pants in some religions. My dad, he was adopted into a family like that, and that's how they still dress. They're a type of Methodist, but they wear skirts, and guys wear pants and long sleeve shirts. They don't cut their hair, stuff like that. They're not Amish or anything, but it's a sector of Methodist. I'd have to look it up, but they still look like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I swear they know. The SDA must not have that, because I know Candace wasn't wearing a dress when she was at church.
She cut her hair off. They weren't too strict.
That's right, yeah. I didn't know people wore pants to church until I was a teenager.
See, I was never allowed to either.
Jody Sue also said that they were using the church for what they could get from them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I kind of believe that, too.
Well, Robin said, when she first seen them, she thought they were there for donations.
Yeah. And I've heard they went from one church to another. They've been to different churches before that one, doing the same thing.
I think that was from old JSB too, wasn't it?
Yeah. I couldn't be taken from churches and not going back.
JSB was on last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got one shot, and it's like I just couldn't take it last night because I couldn't come up with nothing great or witty. So I'm saving it. So if she's listening, I'll see you soon in the comments. Hi, Angie Davis.
Hey, Angie. Wow, she don't know you're in there.
Well, no, it's like I'll get blocked as soon as I say something.
Yeah.
So I
want to say something nice.
See, I thought about that. I thought about trying to build a bridge last night, and then I was like, if I do that and she schools me and is mean, then I wasted my one comment.
Yeah. I think
I don't want that.
You get more info if you're nice. I'm not gonna try to build it up.
I'm not.
I'm just saying, you might get further that way.
I heard at Dawn's community service to work so many hours at the church.
Oh, really? I wonder if he's doing it.
Huh. I know he said he still owes $4,500. All from that. How much was that shit to begin with?
A lot.
It must have been, you know?
Yeah.
For still to be $4,500 left. Makes you think he ain't paid much down, don't it?
No, or
if there's still $4,500.
They haven't been able to get enough donation. Or the donations aren't going to that. Who knows what they're going to do?
You don't reckon.
No, probably not. Candace should be working too to help with that. Both of them. That's a lot of money. It must be nice not have to work your whole life. Really. I'm talking about Candace. She don't work.
Last time I looked at it, it was at 4,200. Oh, is there somewhere you can see that? I didn't know that. Why would Robin bring her daughter around the wells? Most husbands wouldn't allow their wives to bring their daughter to the wells house.
True. I wouldn't want my kids around them.
You know?
How old was she? About Summer's age, or maybe to play the Summer?
I think she's a little bigger than Summer from what it looked like. Yeah, I don't think I'd let you go hang out at
the wells.
Especially not now. Well, you know, I don't know, though. As a member of the church, and, you know, I know how the church is. They go to everybody's house trying to do good and help out. So, I don't know. You know, I wouldn't take my kids around there, though.
No.
Personally.
Right.
I'm not going to super judge somebody for that. I wouldn't do it. But
it's your decision as a parent, right?
Yeah. You know, it's up to you.
But I don't think Robin them talk anymore. Not that Candace talks about, but maybe they do. We don't know about it. Do they still go to church, or do you know?
I'm assuming they do.
Her and Dawn, since they moved back or living at the house, you'd think they would if he's doing community service there or his time.
I'll tell you what, I will say this. I do honestly feel like Dawn is really into that religion.
Oh, yeah. He's reading.
Now, that's not to say he's following its teachings.
No, he's into it, but yeah, he don't really follow the teaching and live the way he's.
Let's just say he's not a practicing SDA member.
Yeah. He gets off course pretty easily.
Is that how you would say
that?
But he's into it.
Yeah, he likes reading about it and trying to educate others. But he don't do it. He's not a good role model.
See, I feel like I'm almost a professor of the SDA church after watching his live stream for my video and hearing him read that book.
What'd you learn?
I learned that if that's what it's all about, they seem like a bunch of doomsday preppers to me that go to church on Saturday.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
the way he put it, you cannot, like, Sunday is the worst day you can go to church. If it's not Saturday, you're doing something wrong. Something special about Saturday.
Oh man, and it's like they think, you know, no matter what, if you don't celebrate the Sabbath on a Saturday, your religion's wrong and you suck.
Yeah. Yep.
Is the feeling I get from all the stuff I've seen.
I think that they just had to come out and be different and say, yeah, we're going to get church on Saturday. I don't know. I shouldn't make fun of religion, but
he gets religious when he knows he's in trouble.
Yeah, he does, or use it for, I don't know, try to hide behind his religion a lot of times, I think. There's a lot of people like that. Like, I used to go to church with men, and my papa owned a store, like a convenience store. We would go after church. Here's like 5 or 10 of those men in there buying beer and alcohol after church.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with having a drink.
Yeah, but right after church, and they're in there all the time.
I wouldn't let the pastor catch me with my 12-pack up on the counter, would you?
Yeah, every Sunday we go over there, and I see a bunch of men from the church over there.
I'd at least pick a store away from church.
Yeah, I would too.
I worked with an SDA man once, and he wouldn't even drive on Friday evening, and his wife couldn't cook that day, so they ate sandwiches. I've heard about stuff like that.
I wonder why. What's them?
Because that's the Sabbath starts Friday evening and ends Saturday evening. It's 24 hours.
You don't supposed to cook or anything?
I'm
not sure. I haven't done a lot of research on that religion. I don't know.
It's a day of rest. I don't know. It seems like to me a lot of religions are basically just have interpreted a couple of different things in the Bible than the next, and that's the only real differences, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Like somehow them ones seem to think that they want you to you should be handling frickin' rattlesnakes all the time to practice your religion. There is no way I could have read anything in the Bible that would make me go flinging around rattlesnakes thinking that, you know, if I don't get bit, then I'm doing all right.
Then you have to ask yourself, what makes one religion better than the other? You know? So it's something I question myself about all the time.
I just think you should try to stick to the 10 commandments and you're doing fine.
Yeah, live the right way. That's what I think too.
Donna's getting into the church because they have a court date coming up.
Yeah, it probably looks better.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Probably looks a lot better. I think Donna's way into it more than Candace. Don't you? Candace don't talk about church and religion much.
I tell you though, I heard her not too long ago do a little bit of it. Remember? We was watching something, and I was like, listen to this. She done got us using the God speak as much as Dawn now.
I like to make them a game, like, you know, ask them questions about religion. Dawn might pass. I don't know about Candace.
Oh, I bet you Dawn would, because, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to say Dawn is a great religious person, but I'm telling you, he's interested in it. He really is interested in it. Now, he don't practice it once again, but he's interested in it.
Yeah.
He could probably spout you off quite a few Bible verses.
Probably.
I'll tell you, back when I was young and we went to, it wasn't Sunday school. I swear they called it something else.
I went to Sunday school.
Bible study is what we would do, like on Wednesdays when I was little at Awana's.
Yeah.
And you had to remember scriptures to get badges and stuff like that. I could quote a man some Bible verses. Yes, he is. I believe he learned from his mom. I think that's about something else. Is White considered a prophet in their religion?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know a lot about their religion.
All I know is what Dawn teaches us. And it's basically Revelations, gloom and doom, and that book he read was wild, I thought.
Talking about, stuff we probably shouldn't talk about, some of it.
That's why I say, though, he's going to be doing his own thing. I think that's what he's working on when he streamed his live the other day.
His own content.
His own content, yeah. I think they're going to quit being on YouTube as much. Mormons are doomsday preppers who store food and supplies for the end times.
Oh, were they? See, I think Catholics, don't they go to church on Saturdays? I thought maybe I'm wrong, but I was thinking that.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because I had a teacher, she's Catholic. I can't remember. She said Saturday. I thought, I might be wrong.
I'm all about some prepping, though.
Yeah, I think everybody should prep a little bit.
You never know, man.
With everything going on in the world, you never know. Crazy people out there.
What other thing was we talking about earlier? The Crystal Rogers case.
Have y'all seen stuff on that? Updates on Brooks, the boyfriend? He's arrested, which is good.
That case is pretty old too, right?
Yeah. And then also, they think they have the gun that killed her father, and it's linked to Brooks and his family. So I thought that was very interesting. So probably more on that will be coming out here shortly. I thought the dad was, linked to her murder also,
Yeah, I did too.
It's too much of a coincidence. Now the other cop that got out to move the log and got hit or shot, I don't know about him, if he's linked.
Who, Brooks's brother?
No, there's a officer that got shot. Oh, yeah. Also, do you think he's linked? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
See that, and that's the mother-daughter thing too. Happened in that town, right?
Yeah.
See, I don't. Different things. Those are all so different. Yeah. I don't know if they are. I think it might have just been a really horrible coincidence in that town.
I agree. I think the Crystal that her dad is.
I have never been a prepper, and now I'm starting to wish I would have listened and not brushed it off. Me and Brandy's been working on it. We try to learn stuff too. Like we just learned the other day, beans last for, I think they're edible for 30, 40 years.
They just lose nutrition value.
Yeah, but they lose nutritional value after so long, depending on how you store them and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
I didn't know. It's good stuff to know.
I like to get all like solar stuff. I like to do that one day. Convert a lot of stuff into solar. Have solar panels and stuff. It would be nice.
That's where it's at, solar panels. I'm reading the book Aurora right now. It's about an EMP attack. Definitely makes me want to prep a bit. I tell you, it gives us kind of just a sense of peace, just having some extra stuff. Because you never know, man. I mean, it ain't got to be the end of the world. It could be just some bad event that might take a little time.
Yeah.
It's good to be prepared. You don't, and, if you're going to do it also, you don't want to tell everybody around you that you're doing it, because then they're going to know who to come rob when they run out because they didn't prep.
Yeah, that's very true.
You don't want to, especially tell your neighbors.
No, they'll be knocking on the door 24/7.
Because y'all know how some people are. It'd be like day 2 and they'd be knocking on your door.
Don't have nothing.
Hey, man, you got any peanut butter?
Crackers? No, I'd be the one giving them some. Here you go.
Yeah, Brandy be the one sharing all her shit, and we'd all starve to death twice as early, wouldn't we?
Probably.
Here you go. Oh, look at the puppy.
Here's just some dog food.
Here's you some of Harley's food, so she'll be a week shorter too. Man. If you ain't in this house when it hits, you ain't my problem. Right? Well, unless it's one of the kids, I'd go out and find one of them if I had to.
Yeah.
What does EMP mean? It's electromagnetic pulse. It's like a weapon they have that can knock out all the electrical grid. Point very well made. I would still share with my neighbor, as Jesus would have me do.
Yeah, I would too, probably.
I'm just saying, man. You know, I wouldn't tell them how much I had. I'd be like, look, now you're going to have to figure something out. This is my last loaf of bread.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell them how much I had either.
My sisters, our daughters, and I are starting to pick extra groceries and TP at Sam's Club, and our husband's picking up gas for our generators just in case they have a pandemic in 24 election year. There you go.
That's good. Definitely.
Yeah.
Things can get crazy very easily. Very fast.
I tell you though, you wouldn't think a EMP would wipe out little like solar powered stuff if it wasn't plugged in when they did it, would you?
I would think so.
Have to have a vehicle from the 80s or older to get around. Yeah. Because every car today has so much electronic shit on it, it's going to get you. Real bad stuff on the horizon. You know, very well may be you want to be prepared. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, I can't sit around and during the all day.
Yeah.
Or you'd be depressed.
Yes, Brandy, his name is Jason something. I think he started to question Nick Houck and his brother. He was a cop and worked with Nick.
Okay, yep. So he might be connected some way. These people are dirty. I think his whole family is. His family was sitting in there on the grand jury filming everything.
See, what were they doing that for, though? So they know what
evidence they had, probably. I'm not for
know
sure.
what they need to start working on?
I guess. So that makes me think they know more than, they probably know what's going on, his family does, or what they've done, or they've helped him cover it up. That's crazy.
I'm so glad they solved that, though.
Me too.
Because that looked like he was going to get away with that.
Yeah, he did. I can't find her remains. I hope one day they do.
Bye, Suzette. Thanks for coming.
Well, the Suzette Morphe thing, I didn't think they would ever find her, and they did.
Suzanne Morphe.
Oh, is it Suzanne? I'm thinking Suzette. Yeah, Suzanne. Y'all know who I was talking about.
Suzette's our friend.
I know.
Suzanne's Barry's old lady.
Was it Susie?
They arrested him?
Is it Susan? Yeah. No, they haven't re-arrested him, though.
Interesting.
They filmed her, and I didn't think they would, but they did.
They wanted to know what they had because the whole family is in on it. Brittany, you may be right, man. I know the brother was in on it. The brother knew what was up.
Yeah.
Our neighbor has a hog farm, and for 30 years, every year he gives all of us neighbors a free hog. We only pay for processing for putting up with his hog farm.
Oh, that's nice of him. But wow, that's good.
Yeah, I bet a whole hog will last you a long time, won't it?
Uh-huh.
An EMP can be caused by solar flares, not just by man's actions.
Right.
Yeah, so it's something to worry about. There's always going to be something that can happen. I think that's why man's had to start over quite a few times,
stuff like that happen, yeah.
I think we might be the first ones to do it to ourselves. Yep, I think Nick is going to be arrested next. The trunk of his cop car literally crazy with luminol.
Yeah.
Oh, lit crazy with luminol.
Yeah, he might be next. I think he helped, probably.
You would think. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's where I think they originally did something was at that farmhouse,
Yeah,
ain't
I
it?
think so too. I think they might have started fighting and something turned into something else. And who knows? He hurt her and called his family to help get rid of her. What do you think? I think they've had evidence on it, just not enough to do anything with until now. Law enforcement had evidence, just not enough.
Yeah. Well, that dude come out. Didn't that dude come out and rat or something?
Yeah, that's what helped everything go forward.
Yeah, I think he was enough probably to where they got the grand jury to.
Yeah, and they're in possession of a gun they had bought off of somebody using somebody else's identification, but the gun is linked back to killing her dad. They do believe they're doing like a test on it, but it's passed 4 out of the 5 different things it's tested on that it was the same gun. So they believe it was the one that killed the dad.
Have you looked at the food? Most of it says bioengineered. Yeah, me and Brandy talk about that all the time, how food's got too much BS in it, and how in other countries they won't even sell our food because they don't like all the shit that's in it that's unnecessary.
It's probably what's giving us our diseases and cancer and everything else nowadays.
I don't think they were in on the murder, but definitely were in on the cleanup.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, I think the brother helped him get rid of it.
I think he might have done it. They got in an argument and something. He did it, but they helped cover it up. Lie for him. I don't know why they had to take it and kill her dad too. That was awful. They've already lost the daughter and then killed the dad.
Yeah. I feel so bad for the mom. She lost her husband and her daughter.
Because I think he was getting close maybe to, or he kind of knew who it was.
Was she? No, she wasn't pregnant.
No, she had 5 kids. Last one was his. The other ones were not his. It was a little boy.
Nick sold that gun and they found out it was him. He used to fake ID to sell it.
That's what I couldn't remember who he used the name of, but yeah.
Oh, thank you, Sonia.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. I see that. Thank you very much. That was nice of you. What stupid person would do that anyways? Why would you? I guess he thought he's smarter than everybody else and get away with it by using somebody else's ID. Why would you? It's not stupid.
A lot of stupid shit happens in these cases, don't it?
Yeah. The one I wonder about is that the woman that got killed at the church, she had a class, like a aerobics class at the church, and got killed that morning. And they have the person on video walking down through the hall.
Oh, that one's weird. Missy Bevers.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Ain't that the name of that one?
Yeah, her name's Missy Bevers.
Yeah, where they got that person on surveillance. They got all that footage of them, but they're dressed in undercover tactical gear, like a SWAT officer.
I swear, it looks like almost a woman to me, how short they are, but I could be mistaken.
I've seen somebody did a lot of videos on that, and they made it look like that person has a missing leg or a foot, and they have an artificial limb, and that's why their walk's weird.
It is weird how they walk, like with the limp almost. Sorry,
that's our bus stop alarm.
Have y'all heard about that case? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, if y'all ain't heard, you want to hear a good or see a good brain scratcher, that's one. It's the Missy Bevers. I'm pretty sure, and it's Bevers case. Why's all my things coming up? I feel bad. I haven't looked at that case in a long time. There's a lot of them, man.
That's a head scratcher there.
Manny, he wasn't going to let it go. He knew it was them.
Yeah. The dad, yeah.
I feel bad for that dad too, man. He was really trying to find out what happened to
He
his
had
daughter.
tons of paper,
Crystal's dad.
Material and documents that he was working on.
Yeah.
File folders of it. I remember seeing a documentary about it.
I thought that too, Brandy. I thought it was a woman dressed in oversized tactical clothing.
Yeah. See, I seen, well, she was having an affair, I do believe, they come out and said. And maybe it's something to link to that.
I think it was a scorned woman.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Maybe.
Like she had been messing with somebody's husband.
Yeah, because I think it did come out she was having an affair. So.
If I remember, she wasn't bad to look at.
Yeah, she reminds me of Susan Morphew, kind of similar. So, she kind of reminds me of her looks.
See, I don't even remember I don't know that I've seen Susan Morphew, to be honest.
They're both pretty women in their 50s or so.
Greed, why wouldn't they just get rid of the gun? Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I'd have got rid of that shit.
Why would you do that? I'm glad they did do it. I think they're smarter than everybody. It was law enforcement that bought the gun, I do believe.
You think?
Yeah, that's what the guy said. During his bond hearing, the lawyer.
I have followed that case from the beginning. I am a chicken. I would be scared to go to a building by myself at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was that early in the morning.
Yeah.
She was doing her class.
That building was empty too, man. Wasn't it?
Yep.
Just her.
Yep. Somebody knew her pattern and what she was doing or her schedule. And
you would think it'd have to be, you know?
Yeah, and they were looking for her, targeting her.
Yeah, that don't seem random.
That was a targeted attack, really.
Check engine light came on. I freaked out. Turns out I left my gas cap unscrewed.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah, that's happened to us. I believe Missy had gotten into being healthy and lost weight and was into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was. She was there teaching aerobics class, I think, right?
Yeah. Workout. Mm-hmm.
In the church at that. Was it in a church?
Yeah. It was in a church.
See, it's been a while since I've seen anything
and
like that.
Whoever did it was pretty brave. They knew there's cameras in there. That's why they were covered. You know?
Yeah.
They knew about the cameras. That's crazy. And
I just wonder if there's more footage that we ain't seen.
Probably. Of them leaving and stuff, probably. I would say so.
It had to be somebody that wanted her dead. The person knew there were cameras everywhere. She dressed in the tactical gear to disguise herself. I really think it's a woman.
Yeah. They got out of there before her people started showing up too. So they had it planned. They've been watching her routine.
I thought it was wildly brave to have done it, knowing that there was people coming after her, you know?
Yeah. That's creepy. That's like a scary movie. Creepy, you know?
Yeah.
That early in the morning and in an empty building by yourself.
Guys, we're going to have to wrap it up. We got to get to the bus stop. We thank everybody for coming. Thank to all the members, the viewers, the mods.
Thank you, everybody that helped out.
Everybody, we really appreciate it. We would stay on and hang out.
Yeah, we like talking. There's a lot of crimes and stuff you can talk about if you think about it.
There was actually some other stuff we meant to get to, but we want to start doing more lives.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But we appreciate everybody. Thanks all y'all for coming. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Don't forget, especially the rewatch gang, you guys too.
Yes.
And we'll see everybody. What's today? Where are we at?
Today is Tuesday, the 10th.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll fit in.
Maybe Friday, or I don't know. I guess we'll let you know. and we'll do another one. Right? John will let
Are you
guys
off
know.
Friday?
Yeah, Friday evening.
Yeah, well,
maybe Friday evening.
Maybe Friday evening. We're going to try to start giving a little more notice.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a great week.
Bye.